Of May, and it is race day once again. This is the second race, however it is the first race of the main series, so these are the races that really matters in terms of points and such. Like I mentioned on the basketing video, we basketed 9 birds in the young bird team, 9 birds in the old bird team, which gives us a total of 18 birds in the race at the moment. I did basket my strongest pigeons, or which I feel is the strongest or the best, in the young bird race. So I feel that's the most fair, because they compete against their likes or their kin. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens today, and then we also have 9 in the all bird team. They might surprise me. We'll see if one comes through. But we will certainly try our best to clock them. I mean, I can't try my best. They need to try their best. I've already tried my best. So just a quick recap, or not a recap, but just a quick summary of what the day holds. I'm starting my day with the good old loft clean. One of my favorite things to do. I must be one of those crazy ones that actually enjoy cleaning the pigeon loft and shoveling shit. But then after the clock is already in, we've tested the clock and the rings are working and everything seems to be in order. And yeah, we're gonna take it easy, and I'll give you updates on how the day progresses a little bit later and what the results looks like later this afternoon. Birds was liberated today at Tennyson at 8 o'clock, 7:30 this morning for the young birds, 7:30, and 8:30 for the old birds. So there's an hour difference between the 2 races. So this week we actually have 2 races to wait for, which makes it a little bit interesting and a little bit better. So we've got more chances to actually get a bird in. Yeah, so, and it seemed to have been quite a nice, quiet, windless liberation. I will put a little video up of the liberation of both the Bultfontein Sprints and Tennyson race. So what is the feeding plan today? They will come in on pellets and high protein mix for the feed. Tonight they will go back to the barley breeding mix split, but like I said, I have now reduced the amount of barley and increased the amount of breeding mix. I am following McLaughlin, Frank McLaughlin feeding method. However, okay, it's 10:51. Current velocity is 1,375 more or less. Birds are not, I don't have a bird yet. I have no clue at what speed they're supposed to come in. Are the birds still on their way, or are we late as hell? I've got no clue, but I will update you guys as soon as we know something. Okay, so we're still waiting. Clear blue skies, the wind's blowing quite a bit. It is a headwind, but I'm getting a bit worried. I was expecting the birds to be here already. got a suspicion we are late as per vloek ek vieslik. Late as hell, could be. If I could clock a finch, I would have done it by now. Plenty of them around, but other than that, not a single pigeon inside. Just before 11 now. 1,300 meters per minute, more or less. So we're dipping below the 1,300. Ay, ay, ay. Right, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of good news. I just had a phone call from a fellow fancier. The word is in front at Vogtville. They just clocked in Vogtville, and they give us around 40 kilometers overflight. So word on the street is in our town, no pigeons through. We're expecting them between 11:30 and 22 to 11. So it is a lot harder than any of us expected. So we are not late quite yet, and we are waiting. Gives me new hope. So give you an update soon enough on what's happening. Hopefully I'll catch a few more better footage of the birds when they come. I'm gonna try. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are still in it. Okay, update from the roof of my house. We have 5 pigeons in. It's 5, eh? Yeah. 6. 6 pigeons in from the 9 on this race, 3 still out. The late ones came from the wrong direction, but my red one looked quite dehydrated and tired when it came through. The others looked okay. So we're now waiting for the all bird team. I didn't mask the strongest ones on that team, so we'll see what happens. They should be coming home anytime between now and 10 minutes from now. Let me just show the point of view of the pigeons. So it's a beautiful clear sky day, and what we want, you see that building right over there. I'm gonna try and zoom in. That building, those 3 lines. We want the pigeons to come from there. Then we have a chance. But as the wind's blowing today, they will, if they come from that side, it means they came in that side, and all the guys living that side, I give them overflight. And if the birds come in that side and I give them overflight, I'm 10 to 12 minutes late. Exactly what happened last week also. So I'm hoping that at some point they break and they come right over there. So from that side, that is towards the Free State. And Race Point, and that is to the northwest, and that's towards Johannesburg, Randburg, and that's what we don't want. But the last pigeon that came here from the back. Where he came from, only he knows. That's Hakpoort and those places, but he made a bit of a mistake there. Let's see. We've got 2 birds home. They don't want to trap. Okay, 6 out of the 9 birds are in from the first race. Expecting the old birds any time now. But for this race, I think it's going to be a tough one. Young birds again, the old ones. But let's see. Let's see. Another one home. Don't know which race I basket, but the damn thing doesn't want to trap. wasting seconds and seconds and seconds. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so it is the afternoon and we have our team back, or most of them. Some are still in the bush, but I'm sure they will come a bit later, the latecomers. But interesting observation, the pigeons are actually looking in quite good condition. The ones that came back, that's the bloke that came back first, and I'm hoping he made good time, but they're looking much better and fresher than they did last week, even though the race was very hard. We're striking out a bit later today because the other guys in the PSWU union, they flew today, still waiting for birds. Some don't have birds. I hope they don't have a smash of sorts, but very, very hard race apparently on that side. So considering with what we've done, let's see what happens a little later. So we turned out to get a 20th place this week on the young pigeon race. So at least we made the sheet. And in our club, a 20th place on the sheet does mean a 22nd or a 25th on the union sheet. So it's quite competitive. So I'm quite happy that we actually made the sheet this week. So it's improving. We're getting there. It's not where we wanted, but I've got hopes that we will manage a little bit later. Yeah, on the open side, not making the sheet, but the only young bird flying against all those old birds. I was kind of expecting that result, but overall happy that all the birds are home and they seem to be in much better shape than last week this time. So I think we might be on the upwards curve, or at least I hope so. And then just a special shout out to my good friends, the Brills. They won the PSWU race in the club by quite a good and big margin. I think it was about 18 minutes or something like that. It was a tough race over there, and they did very well. They took a first, a third, fourth, fifth, and they showed the big boys that there's some other players in town as well. So thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned. Tomorrow we do another one. Thanks, guys.